morning, Peepsy Doodles, and welcome to the first video in our Ostara mini-series. I'm really excited about this. Ostara / the spring equinox is one of my favorite Sabbats, mostly because I live in northern Michigan, and up here we have snow like 6 to 7 months of the year. We get snow starting in November, and it can go all the way through May sometimes. I mean, I've literally had a snowstorm on my husband's birthday in the middle of May before. So for me, the equinox is just a time of hope. It's a time where I'm just like praying that the snow goes away. And so this year I'm actually really lucky because it has kind of gotten warm. Sunday, we were out here with a bonfire. It was almost 60. And so if you can see, I mean, a lot of the grass, it's all dead. Everything is still pretty dead and dormant, but there is new life that's kind of starting to poke through. And so while the snow is still here, it's only patchy and it's starting to go away. So it really has inspired me to make this spring equinox series for you guys. There's going to be a multitude of different videos. This one starting out, which we're going to talk about what the equinox is and different correspondences with it. Then we're going to have a video on crystals that have to do with the spring equinox, herbs, and then I've got two other videos. One is a DIY of an egg charm that you can make, and then another one is going to be a spell, a seed intentions spell. So we will get started with this first video. So Ostara / the spring equinox this year takes place on March 19th, but it kind of ranges every year from the 19th to the 21st, depending on when the actual first day of spring is. Peppermint tea. Oh, puppy's outside. So on the spring equinox, you have equal parts of light and dark, equal parts of day and night. And so this is the last hurrah leading up to the equinox, where, you know, we're starting to get lighter and lighter and lighter. The equinox is the day when day and night are the same. And then from here on out, we start to get lighter days, and the light is here longer, up until, you know, we hit our summer solstice, where that is the longest day of the year. So symbols for the equinox, you know, eggs, flowers, bunnies, birds, especially the robin, which is the harbinger of spring, baskets with having to do with the womb. Ostara really is a time of year that's talking about newness. We're talking about, you know, the eggs that are about to be hatched, the flowers, the buds on the trees that are about to bloom. You have the dormancy that we've been going through all winter long with the snow and everything, you know, laying dead and dormant. The hope of spring is all of that stuff coming to life and breathing that fresh air of life into everything. So the time of the equinox and of Ostara really is a time of newness, of starting over, of beginnings. So hold on, I've got notes so that I don't ramble, because let me tell you, I'm a good rambler. So really good things for the equinox to focus on are new ideas, new projects, spring cleaning, and that can be anything from actual spring cleaning, so going through your house, and, you know, we just went through the winter months and things are piling up and stacking up and you've got clutter. Getting rid of the clutter, getting rid of physical things, and actually spring cleaning your home, but also energetically spring cleaning, you know, going through and smudging, and we'll talk about that a little bit in our herbal video, but going through and smudging your home, or making a floor wash and washing your floors, washing your windows, you know, really getting out that stuck dank energy of the winter and, you know, opening your doors, opening your windows, and inviting in the fresh air of spring. Fertility. Ostara is a big Sabbath having to do with fertility. Now, whether that's actual fertility, like trying for babies, or, you know, using fertility in other measures like new ideas, of the coming together of something to make something new. You know, fertility is a big part of the spring equinox. New habits, so creating habits that you have been really wanting and you just haven't really been implementing them in your life. Also ridding habits that don't, or things in your life that don't serve you anymore. The equinox, any of the equinoxes, you know, whether you're talking about the spring or the vernal or the autumnal, but especially the spring equinox is great because you have, you know, that symbol, the symbol of, you know, equality of the light and the dark. So you have the darkness kind of representing your old habits, your old things that you don't want in your life anymore. And then you have the light symbolizing the new things that you do want, the things that you want to bring into your life, the new habits, the new ideas, the new whatever. And this is a perfect time for you to get rid of that old stuff and to go with the new, because now that the days are going to be getting longer, it symbolizes the living on of those new things that you're excited to implement into your life. So it's a perfect time for getting rid of nastiness. Now, I'm not saying that winter is nasty, because it's not. It's needed. You know, that dormancy, that rest period is definitely needed in life. But we get to this point in the year, come March, well, for me it's February, but come March, come April, where we are ready for new. We are ready for the grass to come up, the flowers to bloom, the trees to start getting green again. We're really, really tired of these just like bleak colors of just ugh. We're ready to start planting our gardens. You know, the spring equinox is a perfect time for you to start, if you're in a zone where it's a little bit warmer, maybe to start planting some seedlings and get those going, or at the very least planning out your garden and planning out what you want to do when, you know, up here it's in May that we can actually start planting. But, you know, at least getting an idea of what you want to do with your garden this year. Just turn it back over. So we talked kind of about the symbolism, or the symbols, you know, things that you can put on your altar, you know, so things having to do with the egg, with flowers, you know, adorn your altar with beautiful pastel flowers. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in the herbal video too. You know, bunnies and rabbits. You know, keep a lookout for, I can hear the birds chirping now. Keep a lookout for robins and for robin eggs and those beautiful blues. You know, have a basket somewhere in your home with either those pretty herbs in it or filled with eggs to kind of symbolize that, you know, that fertility, that basket being the womb, and those herbs or those eggs that you're holding in your basket being the new ideas that are ready to hatch, that are ready to come forth, you know, following the spring equinox. Colors to adorn your home or your altar or whatever it is that you're adorning, you know, whites, greens, yellows, pinks, any kind of pastel spring colors. You know, a lot of us stem from Christian backgrounds, and so a lot of the things that we associate with Easter is the same type of things that we associate with Ostara, because that is where the idea of Easter came from, and all of the symbolism came from, is from Ostara. So I'm really, really excited to continue on with this series, and, you know, to hear what you guys like to do and what you guys like to bring into your home and bring into your altars for Ostara and for the spring equinox. So I would love to hear more about that down in the description, or down in the comments. And like I said, keep a lookout because we will have more videos coming forward with crystals and herbs, and then a couple of DIYs and a spell video. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you very soon for more videos.